Murky water. So I spent the day yesterday talking with somebody that was talking about their own experiences, and like I said, this is a tricky area, and I'm not trying to pass judgment on them. I'm trying to hear them, and we seem to connect on things really well. And anyways, so anybody that's known me throughout my life, even people that are anti me, even Stephanie, who I grew up around, if she doesn't say this, would be lying. If she does say this, would be telling the truth. I'm guy crazy type girl, or at least I was. Like, head over heels, sprung, deeply, like, you are my one. Kind of becomes all-consuming. This is so hard to talk about. In 2017, the people that adopted me let me know what the fuck they were up to. Here's the division, and this is a problem why I have an issue with transgender being denied as an existence and just being called dysphoria of the brain, or an issue within their head, that they're just body, like basically body dysphoria. They're just, however you say it. Anyways, so here's the thing. People know people are doing this. Actual people are doing this. But people are claiming this is how mental health is. Okay, no, this is how human trafficking is. But thanks, you're so smart. So, Douglas was, and he, he knew I would have ripped him to shreds. I think if we ever met face to face again, he'd have to question whether or not I would do something to take care of things in his face. Oh my God. Did I just say that? Oh, I'm sorry. He should be afraid of me. Anyway, so he's sitting there in his car, his truck, his old truck he used to have. He's driving me. And he's like, "You're delusional." And he's laughing while he's saying it. He's smiling. "You're delusional." The idea is presented that I have spent all those years, once again, follow with me, transgender. I have spent all these years in love, thinking about, missing, pining over, suicide attempts. Guys around my age that I'm in love with that treat me like shit. 5 years with Adcock, on and off. Garrett Adcock. And the idea is that I just was so delusional that I didn't know that underneath it all, I was attracted to children. That I was supposed to be a pedophile. Which makes zero sense to me. This is the type of shit we are dealing with. You know, and I remember doing my research on this, and there's people that are stupid that say, yes, they all become child molesting, perverted pieces of shit. First of all, when an adult is into your 15-year-old child, that is not pedophilia. I'm so sorry. I hate to break it to you. There's a reason why it's called pedophilia. Has to do with prepubescence. So we're uneducated there. Second of all, adults directly involved. Whew, that should have been like a no-brainer that that's a problem. That should always be a no-brainer. And the parents should always be investigated in such incidents. All parents. Never know if you're dealing with a human trafficking ring. And you never know if you're dealing with kids that are being manipulated for trauma bond purposes. Anyways, when I was at the hospital, I had a nightmare about having sex with the type of person I would never have sex with. I had a god-awful nightmare. And I know the trolls, man. You're called a troll for a reason. You're an ugly piece of shit. So pathetic. I told my doctor about this, and this is where we run into issues, because I've talked about having problems when I go through the hospital. All types, including for medical reasons, like a sprained ankle. This is how absolutely horrible this shit is. When he told me I had PTSD from what I was describing to him from my background, and he told me I was being traumatized, he was the first professional that I was like, you know what you're talking about. I also said he was giving them clues to correct themselves. But no, apparently I'm the only dumbass around. He talked and explained, what is that movie called? Honey. It's something Honey. Her grandfather has Alzheimer's, and so she goes to the doctor, and the doctor explains he's got memories. They're like a book on a shelf, and sometimes some fall off. And then they come back. But over time, more fall off, and they don't come back. And he's explaining how Alzheimer's works to her. Really good movie, by the way. And they're a broken family. They're got their priorities mixed up. And I love the wife's mother. She says, honey, find humor in it. And love him for where he's at. So, really good movies. God, I can't remember. It's something Honey. Anyways, and it was made around the time Trump's first term, because he's sitting there watching Trump's wife on the television, and he's eating honey, and he's telling Trump, get off! And his wife comes on, and he's like, it's cute. It's cute. Anyways. These are real people doing these things to people and trying to claim that this is how the mental health system works. It's just human trafficking. So if you're falling into this bait level that these assholes have pulled you into, you got some problems. And like Stephen Stickney, who now goes by Stephen Lee, came over one night to hang out when I was in a relationship with Matthew Wayne Stanwyck, probably the closest version of an actual relationship, because both of us were kids and neither one of us had a say in what the fuck was going on. Or at least I know I didn't. Stickney used a trauma bond to manipulate me to sleep with him or attempt to sleep with him and to connect on a deeper level. Yeah, that's what's going on here. So I guess if you've heard details that are the real details, I ask, well, if that's right, no offense, I'm going to piss you guys off, then what's it to the child that's gangbanged and penetrated that is on the same level as you? What's that to them when they're so traumatized that their hands lock, their jaws lock, that they can't even scream? Is that just decimation then? I mean, I don't know, there are levels to shit. And it's not fair to talk about this, apparently. But it is important to talk about this. And you can hate me all day long for this. I said they were awfully nice with how they used us. To all of them. Compared to what most trafficking rings do. And they are malicious as fuck to me. But they do take awfully good care of you guys. But then, wouldn't it have been smarter if we all talked about this as adults and asked questions instead of pairing off, dividing and deciding this over that to go to war against each other, seeing as we were all kids, that we didn't have a say, as we are told all the time as children. You are the child, I am the adult. What I say goes, and what I say goes in my household is what happens in my household. My rules, my house. And no, I can't defend any of the parents back then. You didn't have the balls to have adult conversations either. You want immunity. And you want to get away with it. And no accountability. And pretend you are the authority figures on shit. So these are the types of mindsets that are being used to fan the flame on this. Learn to recognize when your trauma bonds are being manipulated. And if you find out your trauma bond is being manipulated, and we know it takes work, and you're probably always going to have a part of you because of the trauma that kind of falls into it. And if you've been gaslighted and manipulated, which is a good chance you have, there's also going to be a part of you that says, don't trust them. The only way to know is to face the goddamn red flags. So, sorry I'm being such a vile person on details that nobody wants to go into, on comparison levels of shit. But so sorry I didn't diddle anybody. Please refer to the reference of what diddle is interlooping to. Someone said penetration. So, thank God none of them are alcoholics, drug abusers, have years and years of sexual abuse that's been going on for years and years and years. They have their loving family trees. They finally came together as one. Oh my God. Yeah. Teeth are so well taken care of. They ain't gonna rot out one day. Boy, there's nothing shittier than fucking having braces and being on top of your shit for a year to take care of your fucking teeth and having your goddamn retainer and being on top of it and then getting fucking dumped. Fuck, I got my braces off after he fucking dumped me, which wasn't really a dump because he didn't really want to be with me, apparently. Because he was claiming he was being manipulated into being with me, apparently. Because I'm a manipulative cunt. Bitch. Oh. Oh. It's amazing how many people support human trafficking. So, thanks for the Holocaust on transgenders. The open-fired one that we are acknowledging is a Holocaust. I think I already mentioned this in the last video I posted. If you want to leave the United States of America and you have had surgery and you have transitioned, they will not give you a passport. They do not give a fuck. Super fun.